Once you have added images to the program and are happy with the list, it's time to specify what you actually want the program to do with these images. So we can double click on the image and set it as a preview, and it's very easy to add actions to the sequence of actions in this program. All you have to do is click on the drop down button and select the action you want to add, for example, brightness. And as soon as you click on it, the action is added to the action sequence. And below the action sequence, you can see various options for a particular action you select. In this case, it's brightness. So we can adjust the brightness. And notice how the preview of the modified image immediately reflects the fact that we have just changed the brightness. Let's add a couple of other actions to better illustrate this. We'll add some creative filters like frosted glass, which you can't actually see because the preview is quite small. So we'll set it to the original size, and now you can see the effect being applied. And notice that the two previews are also synchronized. Of course, you can turn the synchronization off in the preview tools bar, but it's quite a useful feature. Now it only works if the two images are of the same size. So if they are of different size, then the synchronization will not work. Speaking about previews, you can also click here and it will display a little navigator so you can more easily navigate inside a preview. There are several other things you can do with previews. For example, you can change the image by selecting a different image from the image list. And as soon as you click on that, the preview will be updated with a different image. You can also make it so that only the modified version appears in case you don't need to see the original one. You can also easily save the preview image in one of the supported image file formats, or you can simply copy the preview image to the clipboard so it can be directly used in other graphics applications. A really useful feature worth mentioning is the fact that you can save your action sequence as a template, so you can easily use it and apply it for other images in the future. Now, of course, this action sequence only has 2 actions, so it wouldn't be very difficult to add them manually in the future. But suppose if your action sequence has 20 or even more actions, and then it becomes a big time saver to simply save the action sequence as a template. And the way to do it is simply click Save as Template, type in the template name, and hit OK. Applying templates is also very easy. You simply have to click here inside the template gallery on the template you want to apply. You can use these arrows to navigate through the gallery, or simply use the drop down button to see the whole gallery. Now there are 2 ways in which a template can be applied. You can simply click on the template and that will replace your action sequence. If you control click, on the other hand, it will be the template. All the actions that are part of the template will be appended at the end of the action sequence. So it gives you full flexibility as to how you want the templates to be applied. Let's add another action to our action sequence. Supposing we want to replace or slightly change the color of the sky, we'll use the color replace action. Right now the sky is kind of bluish, which it should be, but supposing we want to make it a little reddish, we can set the original color, the replacement color, and simply slowly adjust the tolerance. And you can see that the colors have been replaced, and that was reflected in the preview in real time. Now let's add one last action to the action sequence. For example, we want to change the hue slightly. So, for example, like this. Notice that now we have 4 actions in our action sequence, and we can do something interesting. For example, we can rearrange actions. For example, I can move the hue action above, and that will obviously change the way the program processes this image. The way it works, it basically takes the result of the previous action and makes it the input for the next action, and so on. A big time saver is also the ability to duplicate action. For example, I can duplicate this hue action by simply clicking on the duplicate action button, and the duplicated action appears at the bottom. Now, of course, duplicating hue action may not be that convenient since the hue action has only one option, but there are actions that have lots of options. For example, watermarking actions. And for them, duplication is really convenient feature.